It's time to talk about semester tests. We'll talk about it. I'll explain what you kind of need, where to start, and we'll go from there. Okay, there are 20 questions on the semester test. 20. Each question will be worth 2 points. They're pretty much either all right or all wrong. 2, 1, or 0. So you don't have a lot of room for error, partial credit, and so on. It will end up being 20% of your semester. Somewhere in the process, I'm going to have to figure out how many points we have, and I'll figure out where it's going to fit, and I'll make it worth obviously more than 40 points. I'll do a little factoring in. I might even skew some things a little bit. So in the grade book, as we get there, you'll see that you'll have this, and it'll be basically an ungraded assignment, and then I'll maneuver it from there. Okay? See how that all works. But it'll be somewhere in that neighborhood of 20% of your grade. You can just figure out that way. It may or may not end up on fourth quarter. I'm not sure. Depends upon how PowerSchool likes to treat it. So I'm going to try and make sure it's not on fourth quarter. Though if it's really good, then I'll put it on fourth quarter. How's
Second quarter?
Huh?
Second quarter.
Second quarter. I'm talking. Sorry, I've been messing with.
That's a ways away.
I've been messing with Infinite Campus, and I'm thinking second semester most of the time. All right. It is closed notes, but you can use your blue sheet, your gold sheet, and you won't need that white sheet because there won't be any of those kind of problems. No card. No note card. There's no note card really. There are 5 limit questions. So that's back to chapter 1-ish, I think. So I would find your limit test and any of those other possible review sources we had for limits. Find the checklist you had in your head of messing down there. They're going to be fairly basic, but think of the things that I would want you to be able to do, the major things out of those limits. There is some trigonometry in there. We'll talk more about those types of things as we go through there. Then there are 15 derivative questions. Of all different kinds. You've got your power rule, your product rule, quotient, chain, there's the implicit, you got trig, and even a good old everyday second derivative. In the limit questions is actually a limit derivative, a limit definition. I will give you the formula for that. You will not have to memorize it, though it's not anything too outlandish. Be very, very picky when it comes to your notation. And I think that's it. So jump and check. That's it. You will have 2 days, Thursday and Friday, to complete the test. Some of you will get done fairly quickly. Others will need the full 2 days. We've got 3 days to practice. I'll put this up online, but there are already problems from last year's semester test there. I've added a few things to this semester test than in the past, so we're going to cover some more limits in a little bit more detail than we did in the past. But there are tons of practice locations for it. I have a ton of note cards that you guys messed with last year. I'm going to try and put up some problems on the board, but at first I think you kind of need to at least find out what you know and what you don't know. For the derivatives, there's the Chapter 2 derivative test. It's not a bad idea to dig that out. I think we said on Friday there's the Find Someone Who worksheet that has some practice problems on it as well. So, and there might even be a Find Someone Who limit thing, but there's also note cards up here. So my plan, at least for part of today, is to just kind of let you organize yourselves if you haven't already done that, and start kind of digging in, finding out things you know, what you don't know. Probably not a bad idea to start looking at those two tests. Questions for me? Oh, that's Chris's stuff.
Nope.
It's all yours. Okay. It's just like questions for me before we turn you loose. All right, I'm going to turn you loose. Yes.
I realized I grabbed the wrong folder.
Yes.
You get the breath in?